Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Karim Bakshabasi speaking once again for the students of ADE third semester. Title of the course is Teaching Literacy, and today I am speaking upon the reading. Reading is a very important tool in the development of the students. Reading plays a vital role in shaping the overall personality of a child. Unfortunately, a very little stress and emphasis has been given upon the reading. It has been said by Cicero, one of the oldest writer and scholar, that a room without books is like a body without soul. Bacon has said about reading: the reading makes a full man, conference a ready man, and writing an exact man. Reading opens the new windows of opportunity for the young generation. If our teachers start giving importance to the reading in the class for the students, I don't think that our students will lag behind in any field of life. What does reading do for the child? When a person starts reading, it gives him a lot of information, and a child is going to be connected with a new world. Suppose I am here in a little city of Kandiaro, and I want to visit the world. I want to see the foreign world, European world, and if I am going to start reading any book of a great writer, then I will come to know about that world too by sitting here in my little room of a little city. Same is the example of as we enter university and we are going to introduce with the new writers. Suppose I am the student of a literature, I am told about the importance of those writers who have contributed a lot in the field of literature. We have been told about Bacon, we have been told about Shakespeare, we have been told about William Wordsworth, we have been told about Shelley and Milton. How do we come to know about all these writers? Through reading. They played a vital role in shaping the personality of a person. If we want to know about the customs and traditions and culture and language of any country, let us involve into reading or dive deep into the ocean of reading, and you will have many more pearls of wisdom from that ocean of reading. So a person opens new stores of the world when he enters into reading. Reading has a magical power, and it makes him critical too. So if you want to learn new language, if you want to introduce yourself with new culture, if you want to abreast with the customs of the people of the world, then take a book in the hand, open it and start reading it, and you will come to know all about the world by sitting in a small room. What else reading does? Suppose I have a little knowledge of something and I want to know much more about it. So by opening the book or by reading it, I am going to extend my information what I already exist. So I am going to connect myself with a lot more new information by reading a book. So it extends your knowledge, it makes you comprehensive, it broadens your scope when you read anything. What does writer do in while he composes a book? He gives sometimes the books are pictorial, and writer gives illustrations in the book, and through illustrations and through pictures we come to know easily what is the purpose of writer in this book, or what does writer want to say much more about this topic. So illustrations helps us in understanding a book and a topic which has been written by the writer. Print concepts. When a child starts reading, he comes to know about the print concepts. Whatever the example I have quoted about reading, it was about the mature students or who have read a lot. But take the example of a child who starts reading in the beginning. He come to know that how English writing is written and how Sindhi, Urdu and other languages are written. So he come to know about the print concepts. What is print concepts means the writing is written from left to right or right to left, so he easily can read them, and he can easily write to the language, different languages when he read it. Okay, writing is of different kinds. Sometimes we read novels, sometimes we read fiction, sometimes we read about drama, sometimes we read about poetry. So here we come to know that how novel is developed and how fiction is developed and how dramas are made or set in the form of a book, and how poetry is composed. So books tells us that when you start reading different things, how would you write them? So readings open the doors for your writing too. It makes you comprehensive, it gives you new words, it gives you a lot of knowledge, it gives you a lot of information, and on the basis of those information you can develop your own book. You can be a good writer, you can be excellent writer when you read. So never stop reading, and go through reading. It gives you a lot of entertainment too. Suppose I want to read about the sports, I have a magazine, I have different books, and I peep into those pages, and I come to know a lot about the sports activity, or about the industry, film industry or showbiz, which gives me a lot of entertainment. I read about them, and I get a joy. I sometimes go through jokes which are given in a newspaper and given in a book of literature. I read about idioms, I read about phrases, I read about vocabulary. So reading doesn't mean that one sort of reading, but it gives you a multiple reading, and through multiple reading you entertain yourself a lot, and once you are full, you can entertain your people who listen you when you talk to them, because you have already read a lot about it, and you are wise enough to influence the people who listen to you. You impress them through your talk, because you have selected the pearls of wisdom from those books, and you want to share your wisdom with other people. When we go through from any story book, we come to know that how story is developed, and what are the elements of a story, and how story has a beginning, and how it has a middle, and how it has an end. So when we start writing about a story after reading a lot, we become creative and we want to develop our own story. So here we come to know that how a story is developed. A story must have a beginning, and it should have middle, and it must have end, and there is a setting in a story, or a setting in novel, and there is a climax in a story, and it has a fall also, and how incidents are connected with each other in the story. So here reader not only gets a joy when he reads, but he shapes himself and changes himself into a good writer. He makes himself a good writer, and he can easily develop stories by observing the world, and through the reading which he has read. So these are important points which a person gets from the reading. So reading must not stop. Every teacher, I would say, when gives lecture to his students, he must tell them about the importance of reading. As I have said, about one quotation in the beginning about Cicero, who said that a room without books is like a body without soul. So reading gives you soul. It gives you a fresh breathing, and you blossom sometime when you read something, and you freshen your listeners because you are updated, quite updated in information. So hope you understand that the essential of reading, or the importance of reading, and why should we read, and what reading makes us or does for us. So hope my students will understand the importance of reading, and they will read a lot, and after reading they will share whatever they have read. And these are some of the things which I have quoted, that how reading changes your overall personality. Thank you very much. Please subscribe my channel, and for more videos visit my YouTube channel. Thank you.